Alright, what is up, guys? It is your boy once again with another video. Welcome back, and as you've seen from the title of this video, it's going to be a very controversial one, to be fair. What I did, as you again are able to see from the title, I stopped. I'm getting notifications on Snapchat right now. Not only Snapchat, to be fair, so let's close our Wi-Fi. I stopped, first of all, masturbation and pornography, didn't watch any porn for 30 days. To be fair, it went more than 30 days. So yeah, like I was saying, I broke the streak like after 34 days. Just to see how it is after 34 days, I was really curious to see, like, have I witnessed any changes during that thing as well? Because for the most part, you end up doing it just because you're bored and just because you are searching for that dopamine spike, which leads me to the actual reason why someone should do that. I'm gonna put some videos down in the description, by the way, of Andrew Huberman, which is one of the greatest people that have actually done research on that. He's a neuroscientist, and I was watching one of his videos. That's why I remembered to do this video. I always wanted to do the video. I know it's a bit personal, but as long as you can learn something from it, I don't mind talking about it, to be fair. That for me, it was a test. I wanted to pass the test. I passed the test, but then I think it's gonna be a lifestyle change from now on. Not entirely. I'm gonna explain myself. First of all, I want to talk about the why and what's happening when you watch porn. It's not only about porn, by the way. So your brain has those like dopamine receptors, right? And the science behind the whole no fap, no masturbation, no porn thing is that when you watch porn, it's not specifically about masturbation, it's more so about porn itself. Think about it like your brain gets so stimulated because you've seen so intense stuff in video, and not necessarily because they're fucking too much to watch. It could be like relatively softer porn or whatever, but your dopamine receptors receive that intel from your eyes, and they spike your dopamine up in a way that almost like cocaine, not in the same amount, of course, but yeah, that's what happens in a similar scenario to how cocaine does it for a prolonged period of time. What happens then is you have your natural like dopamine baseline in your brain and in your system, for example. And what tends to happen is with those spikes that you get from porn, then your baseline starts to lower and lower even further. And it's not, like I said, it's not only from porn, it's social media, videos, anything that's really stimulating will affect your dopamine increase. Like, you're gonna get that dopamine increase after seeing something intense. Therefore, your baseline levels might start to lower, because what comes up must go down. So if your dopamine increases when you're seeing porn, it goes like very skyrocketing, for example, then as soon as it goes down, it won't stop at baseline. It will go a bit below, and it will stay there unless you actually detox, which was what I tried to do, by the way. So yeah, if you think about it, if you never stop, you're gonna go up, down, up, even further down, up, even further down. So you will end up having no motivation, no drive whatsoever, because that's what being dopamine depleted is. So you have no drive for life. And it's not only about life, even on your personal relationships with or significant other, the person that you're with, if you're with someone, of course. Some people have said that they've witnessed like people not getting as of an urge or like as of a satisfaction just because their mind is so twisted, because they don't get that same dopamine increase during casual sex with their partner in comparison with porn. Because like in porn you might see some fucked up shit, and then you're gonna expect your partner to do that to you, and if they don't do it, you won't get that fucking same dopamine increase, and it's fucking sickening in my opinion, to be fair. I do believe it's a real thing, because even for myself, when I was watching porn, I witnessed that. I mean, we're going really deep right now, but I witnessed that as soon as you start watching porn, as the time goes by, you're trying to find weirder and weirder stuff you want to look at. Instead of just two people having sex, you're gonna search about everything, fucking orgies and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about. So it kind of makes sense for you to be like, oh shit, I'm with this girl, this boy, or whatever, and they can all give me that same thing that porn does, and it's fucking disgusting, mate. Like, your relationship with the person you love gets blown away because of that. Like, when we're talking about sexual stuff, by the way. But for me, it was mostly my personal choice of doing that was mostly because I wanted to see how I'm gonna be in general. Because like, dopamine depletion is not only about sex. Dopamine depletion is about drive, motivation, the will to get up daily and do stuff, be more productive. So for me, it was more of a productivity thing, to be fair. So what are the outcomes that I witnessed? First of all, productivity was it was better, definitely better than before. Like, especially people know that as soon as you masturbate, you have no, like after you're done, there's no like drive to do anything really. Whereas now you didn't lose that precious time, even if it's not a lot, to just go through that process for absolutely no reason, and then feel like doing nothing. So for me, I was more productive, more focused on the things that I really had to do. And also, what I witnessed is like only the first week was a bit hard. Then it's like really easy and doable to do. The first week you get the urges to go back into it, but then after that first week it was pretty much alright. And what I've witnessed is that you're more in control of your body when it comes to like sexual urges and stuff like that. So for example, it's not that you had lower libido, let's say, so like less erections or whatever. It's more so the fact that you didn't care about it as much as you did before. It's like, okay, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You weren't constantly like focused on like the idea of wanting sex, wanting to masturbate, wanting this, wanting that. You were way more present and much more control of yourself and your body, which is a good thing to be, because like sex can ruin the way you think, because it's not something logical. You're like, okay, I have to do this, this and this, and then you're like, oh shit, sex got in the way, let's just stop, do that, come back to it. Then everything is blended up together. You should have sex when you want to have sex, or you should masturbate when you want to masturbate. It shouldn't be like, oh, my body has control over my mind. Your mind should always be in control. You should always think logically before acting. So yeah, I witnessed that I was way more calm, way more in control of my body, and really happier, to be fair. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. And that comes out to the conclusion of the video and the verdict, which is, did it work? Yes, I do believe it worked for me. I don't think it's bullshit. There's literature behind that. I'll try to find something and put it in the description below about like the whole dopamine depletion thing that's happening nowadays with phones, social media, porn, and everything is so dopamine depleting. So as soon as you take a detox from that something, you're gonna appreciate it more. Because then, let's talk about masturbation, for example, that transfers to sex with your partner. You're gonna be able to enjoy it way more. It's gonna feel way more real, way more authentic, way more romantic, and you're gonna get the best out of that experience, and you're not gonna feel guilty, for example, of not feeling as aroused from your partner, for example. I know this is not for me because right now I'm just on my own, but I have had people that had that problem from that were in a relationship. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like for me, well, is it sustainable though? That's what I want to say to conclude that video. No masturbation, I personally think, is not sustainable, just because the accumulated sperm you have in your body needs to get out some way. It's a healthy thing to do, but that doesn't have to be through porn, mate. You can do it with many other ways. Use your imagination next time. Generally, the more stimulating something is, the more dopamine is gonna release, and the more dopamine depleted it's gonna be. So think about it that way. Imagination, images, videos. So you're like, what am I gonna choose? I'm gonna choose the less dopamine increasing, therefore depleting way of doing that. And you don't need to do it every day. Just do it when you actually feel like it. That's the thing. So I hope you learned something. I hope you give it a go, to be fair, because I think it's gonna change your life, honestly. And you're gonna feel so much more in control of your own body. You're gonna be happy about that. Because for me, it was something that I always wanted to do, but wasn't strong enough to actually do it. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really interested to hear that. And I did go a bit too deep with it, but I don't care. As long as you take something out of it, I'm happy for that. Again, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.